Welcome into College Corner. Today, Saturday, a massive slate in college basketball. Honestly, probably the last full Saturday slate where everybody's playing of the regular season. I got 3 picks for you. The last, what are we, a few videos in here, and 1 and 2 in both of them. We're bouncing back in a big way here. I've got plays in the ACC, in the SEC, and I think the last one is in another Power 5 conference. We'll get to it at the end. But looking to bounce back here. If you guys enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel as well if you enjoyed. All these plays are going to be sides in this game. Let's start in the SEC. I love Mississippi State +1 in the first half. First half, I'd still like them full game, but I'm going first half, and I'll tell you why in a little bit in this matchup at home against Texas A&M. A&M has been very hot. They've won 6 straight. They got wins over Tennessee, Mizzou, Arkansas, and Auburn. Great wins to be able to notch in their race here, potentially trying to catch Alabama. If Alabama fell to South Carolina earlier this week, they would have been tied for the top spot in the SEC, and they match up. I think it's in the last week of the season. So a team that is very hot right now. But if I look at those 4 wins, or even all of their last 6 wins, all those teams they've played have ranked outside of the top 270 in college basketball in opponent free throw rate. And why is that important? Well, this is a Mississippi State team that relies on scoring at the free throw line so much, an insane amount. They're very good at the line, like shooting over 75%. Over 46% of their shots result in free throws. And that is ridiculous because the rest of their offense in terms of efficiency is not very good. Their effective field goal percentage is 49.9%, which is 214th in the country. They have some skill. Wade Taylor, Tyrese Radford, they're some great players. But overall, in my mind, efficiency-wise, this team hasn't been that good. Like the duo themselves are both shooting around 46% from 2, which hasn't been that good. So this is a matchup here of Mississippi State. Mississippi State is a terrific defense, really, really good defensively. So they only have opponents getting the line on less than 27%. That's a huge discrepancy between these two. So they can really limit them getting to the line and force them to be efficient from the field, which I think is going to be a problem. Mississippi State ranks 10th defensively in that category in efficiency or effective field goal efficiency. So love that there. And Texas A&M puts up teams on the line too much defensively. They're 288th in that category. They're also a bit of an undersized group. I mentioned those guys that really heat up for them on the offensive side between Radford and Taylor. They're like 6'2" guards. Tolu Smith for Mississippi State, I think he's going to have a lot of success in this game inside. He's the big man for the Bulldogs. Look for this team to take care of business early on in this game. My only reason for avoiding taking Mississippi State full game here is they're a terrible free throw shooting team. I think they're shooting like 64.7%. I don't need the bullshit. I don't need the bullshit late game. First half, we don't have to worry about that free throw bullshit. We're just getting these two teams matching up. No attention to like trying to stick in this game for the final 30 seconds and fouling. I love the first half. So make sure you play the first half. That is my favorite play in this one. All right, second game here. You saw it on the cover. Duke, -6 at home against Virginia Tech. I'm done with Virginia Tech. I've taken them a couple times. I luckily avoided them earlier this week against Miami. Virginia Tech is one of the worst ATS teams in the country. They're 11-17 against the spread. On the road, far, far worse. 1-8 against the spread on the road. This is a team that can't cover right now, that has too much respect from the books, and you're able to take advantage. I think this spot is no different. They actually took down Duke about a month ago, won by 3 in that previous matchup against Duke. Virginia Tech did. But I like Duke to cover here -6 for a couple of reasons, and it starts with that previous game. Virginia Tech shot 53% from 3 and 60% overall from the field. From 2, not from the field. But Duke is a very good defense from the field. Their opponent's effective field goal percentage is 30th in the country. It's very good. I think we see regression here, especially for a Virginia Tech team on the road, who I mentioned has struggled immensely against the spread. Duke has an advantage on the glass on both ends of the floor. They're a very good offensive rebounding team. They're also 71st in defensive rebounding. Virginia Tech has struggled on both sides of the floor in the rebounding category, so plenty of limiting second chance opportunities for Tech and getting second chance opportunities for Duke. Kyle Filipowski took it to Virginia Tech in the previous matchup. He went 29 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. If you're looking to play some player props, I don't know what his PRAs are going to be set at, but if it's anything around 30, I'd probably play it because he'll get tons of second chance opportunities on the glass. to rebound and put back. Like, you could be running into one trip down the floor and you could get yourself like 2 to 3, maybe even 4 PRAs. So love Duke to cover the -6 at home against Virginia Tech. All right, last one. Sticking with the home teams here, I like Utah -2.5 against USC. USC coming off a big win over Colorado, blew them out on Thursday. They've won now 3 straight. Utah, though, losers of 3 straight, but very good opponents. They've gone against Arizona, Arizona State, and UCLA. Arizona, they were blown out in, but UCLA and Arizona State were some tight games. UCLA was kind of had the game in hand most of the way, but it did end as like a 7-point win for UCLA. This is a Utah team that's playing honestly pretty well right now, despite the couple losses in a row. They did lose on the road at USC earlier this season. Now a 2.5-point favorite at home. You know, you're wondering, why does this line stick out? Why am I seeing this matchup where USC has already won in a previous one, and why is Utah now the favorite? Well, I think this is a Utah team that is very good, and the books are understanding that. Utah's a very good defense. They're 18th in opponent free throw rate. Teams just aren't getting to the line much, and opponents are shooting just 44% from 2, and that is what USC does offensively. They don't take many threes. They attack inside, and they try to get to the line, and Utah does a great job defending those areas. So I really like them in this matchup because USC has struggled on the defensive glass. They're 326th in defensive rebounding, so Utah should have some opportunities, and they score at all 3 levels. They can score from 3, they can score from 2, they can get to the free throw line. Brandon Carlson has been a force for them inside. He's their 7-footer at the center spot. His ability to put up numbers and be able to score around the rim really helps them at other levels, being able to score with their guards, kick the ball out from 3. And I faded USC. I think it was last weekend, or was it maybe a little bit earlier in a matchup with Oregon, because Oregon liked to shoot the 3 a little bit and shot it decently well. I think Utah can do that here thanks to Carlson being a big threat inside. So I like Utah to cover the -2.5 there at home against USC. All right, that is the 3 plays for Saturday. We've got Mississippi State in the first half +1. I've got Duke -6 at home against Virginia Tech. And then finally, like we just talked about, Utah -2.5 at home against USC. Go lock those in. Again, final Saturday with a full 150+ game slate, but that doesn't mean the content will stop. We're going to have some picks for a potential national champion, a prediction there coming on Sunday, and then as well we'll have more picks and conference previews as we get into these conference tournaments as well. So be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the video if you enjoyed, and as always, thank you guys for watching.